Hey there. You might be wondering, why the sudden change, Luke? And that's because my battery died on my phone. Actually, my phone overheated from the sheer fire that it was spitting. But that's besides the point. We got our phone charged up now, cooled down. As you can see, it's nighttime. We just had a little bit of ramen, vibing. About to pop into Ready Player One casino or bar or whatever, where they have little arcade games in there and you can play, and they got some weird stuff going on in there. Very fun. But as I wait for my one friend out of 20 to show up to hang out with, because everybody flaked and ghosted me, I do want to tell you something. Is maybe your isolation and lack of friends is not only because you're a loser, but what if you are pushing people away because it's a self-actualizing prophecy? You see, you know that you have no friends, or good quality friends, or no friends at all. No relationship, no girl, nothing. You're single, as, you know what I mean? And I go, that is an interesting concept. Elaborate on that. And I proceed to tell you why. Maybe you should stop actualizing that. Maybe you should start focusing on what really matters. And what really matters is spending time with people and going out of your way to initiate and reinitiate relationships to make sure that they stick. Because the reality is, you ain't doing it. You is not doing it. You is sucking. And I really gotta say, I mean, come on. You're over here going, yeah, I messaged him, he didn't respond back to me. You gotta call him about 40 times. If he blocks you, he blocks you. But in the inevitability that he doesn't block you, you got a good friend right there. If somebody blocks you because you call them a bunch of times saying, yo, are we gonna hang out or what? Then you don't need to hang out with them anyways, so don't bother. But my philosophy is this. Does this person have your back in a life or death scenario? First of all, that's how you build trust. Second of all, don't get into life and death scenarios with friends or by yourself, hypothetically. But hypothetically, if that came to that, maybe you should be with someone that would have your back. You don't need to ride or die with you at all times like you're in some sort of gang, but wouldn't it be kind of important? I think that's a good value to have. Someone that'll, boom, boom, 3-piece combo, everybody. I'm just saying. Now, you probably don't have a friend like that because you're a loser, but so am I, so it's okay. I can be your friend, except I don't have an OnlyFans, so you can't subscribe to that. But you can subscribe to this YouTube channel and like the video. You're welcome. Now, the real question is, okay, so I don't have any friends, but I do want to go out. Go out. Go out by yourself. I want you to go out by yourself, eat ramen by yourself at a restaurant, proceed to have an existential crisis while you're sipping on a little orange flavored drink called something old or something, fashioned, and you proceed to go, that ramen was delicious even though it was $38 after taxes and tip. And I gotta wonder, what about my 30-cent ramen at home? That would be delicious right about now. And I completely agree with you. However, this one did taste a lot better here. But I think that if you ever have any mental health issues, you should give something a try. Go out and spend $20 on ramen at a restaurant. I promise you one of two things will happen. First of all, you'll be broke. You'll have no money because you just spent $20 on ramen. Second thing is you're going to get a little bit happy. It's a dopamine response. Eating ramen makes you happy and hard. The third thing that's going to happen is you're going to realize, wow, this warm, delicious broth is entering my body, and I start to feel warm and tingly on the inside. That's called love. And I hope that you're not doing anything freaky at the bar, because I don't need to bail you out of jail here, but it's supposed to give you a feeling of happiness like you're not alone and desperate and pathetic. So, as you hug your body pillow alone at night, you can wonder, that ramen was delicious, and it fulfilled me for about 5 seconds. I'm not consumed by hunger or love pains anymore, or friendship pain. It's just me and my ramen, and I'm happy. And you should be happy, because you deserve it. After working a long 50, 60-hour week, and you go, what if I spent a bunch of money on ramen for no reason? That is the true question. You might be asking yourself, why are you making a video in your car right now when you just had ramen and you're supposed to be hanging out in an arcade bar? Well, my name is Luke, and I just wanted to say that I'm still waiting on a homie to get here, because I think it's very important that I walk in with him so he doesn't flaky on me. So while I'm hanging out here, I figured I'd charge my phone up slightly, up to 69%. You know what that means? Absolutely nothing. But anyways, what's great about this is I get a little AC while I'm chilling out here. We are really at 69%. That is really sad. Come on, charge faster. Okay. I make these videos so I can get my speech and my on-the-spot BS out of my system. Mainly because I don't talk to people, so I've got to let it out somewhere. And second of all, it's to build that skill, because I think it's a pretty cool skill when used wisely. People are pretty perplexed by the stuff that I say, even when I'm not trying to say anything crazy like I do on here. It's just a simple fact, and quite honestly, one of my biggest inspirations right now is Matan Evans. He's very influential, he's serious, he's very business-like, and I have to respect a guy like that. Very respectable. I mean, he doesn't, he really likes Kanye for some reason, but that's besides the point. Now, I do want to get back to something other than relationships because, well, first of all, I've known nothing about them, and I'm not very good at teaching you anything about it because I know nothing about it. And we're going to go down an endless cycle of torture and torment. However, I will say that I do know one thing, is that you should pack your car. First of all, I hope you have a car. Second of all, I want you to pack your trunk with swim trunks, a business style, not business style, but a nice casual night out club clothes like this. I kept this in my trunk. Boom. And then second of all, or third of all technically, a third outfit is something that is smart casual, something that you could wear at church, to dinner. It's all black, it's out and about. You could go walk in the forest with it, you could go hiking with it. Just an all-rounder, perfect. And you can rearrange those outfits in however way you like. You could do church outfit, club outfit, casual outfit, and then a towel and swim trunks. I think that is a perfect harmony of spare clothes, but I really do think that you should have spare clothes in your car. The other thing is, I think you should have a little cologne in your car. I think that can go a really long way. Halfway through the day, you get off from your job and you're going to go do something after work that isn't necessarily the gym, maybe a date. You should have a toothbrush, toothpaste, and cologne in your car. Simple, I know. It doesn't have to be expensive. It needs to be your ride or die safety net. Now, why do I say this? Well, at some point in your life, you want to get to a level where you don't necessarily have to go home. You've got enough going on in your life where going home at the end of the day is just to sleep. Not to, do this or whatever, or play video games or watch TV like I usually do. I'm talking about you go home, shower, and sleep like I'm about to do tonight at 2 in the morning. Just relax. And that is the goal. Now, what else can you add to your car? I think a mode of transportation. I've got a skateboard in my car. I don't know how to ride my skateboard, but I did ask for it for a Christmas once, so your boy just has it. I'm I honestly would be better off running around than actually using it. But I think a mode of transportation that's secondary to your car in your car could be very handy. What I have in mind is an electric scooter, a foldable bike, a regular scooter, a skateboard if you know how to ride one, rollerblades, or a snowboard as well. Also a foldable snowboard, a surfboard, and also water skis in case you have a buddy with a boat. All of those are pretty good options. I also think that you should have a red camera for cinematography that's worth about $40,000 in your car. I think you never know when you need to film something, so I think that's a good thing to have in your car. You can just drop your license plate in the comments. You're welcome, by the way, for all the break-ins. But no, I think that's pretty much the basics there. I have my backpack on me at all times. Someone call it a man purse. I call it a purse. And it's got the bare essentials in it. I add and subtract from it from day to day. I also have a book in it sometimes when I'm feeling very superior to my peers. So that's pretty cool. And yeah. Now that is the question is, well, what do you do from there? First of all, the lightning out tonight is beautiful. It's a nice dry night. Very chill. Lots of freaky stuff going on in the arcade bar. I can feel it. I can sense it in the air. I can taste it. So that'll be pretty fun tonight. My buddies might show up. Probably not. It's too far from where they live, I guess. Yeah. Just chilling, man. Or girl. Most likely a guy. But yeah. I hope you had a great week, and as I said again, leave something in the comments, bro. I'm sick of talking to myself, saying nothing. And don't give me some crap about asking girls out. You're a goober, okay? I respect you, bro. I like the way you're thinking, but I'm not a savant, okay, of pickup artistry. If you want to learn something about picking up girls and you're insecure probably, don't get me wrong, I'm insecure too. I just want to throw that out there. I can see through you. Search up Jack Manley. Jack Manley on YouTube was a pickup artist that he used to do interviews. I think he still might do interviews on, I don't know, Austin, Texas, on this 10th Street or something there. There's a bunch of hoes out there. They be drunk and stuff, so when he interviews them, he gets a little flirty. And they just start making out with him because he's got a camera pointed at him. And it's very interesting because it really opens your eyes to how easy it is. It's really easy. Girls are easy. They can look at a bottle of alcohol and immediately go, oh, that guy has like 3 viewers on Instagram. Let me go make out with him right quick. By the way, I respect women. I just want to throw that one out there. As much as I make that a joke, I do think there are some great women out there. I know a couple at my job that have a bunch of kids with one guy, and that one guy they've been with for their entire lives. They've not been with anyone else. Now, if that isn't an achievement, I don't know what is. Because with how the days are nowadays, the world is, to be with one person for your entire life is really beautiful. It really is. Oh, my Gooner friend made an exit wrong. Let me respond to him as I speak to you. Okay. As I was saying, we're just gonna ignore that. Oh, boy got a dip. Anyways, I had nothing else to say. See you.